Good morning, friends. So, a little reelsy reels day today. I've been having a couple of really rough days. I don't know about you. The weather here in Maryland has gone from 71 day to literally snowing the next. The headaches that have come have been pretty intense. I will not lie to you. The headaches are pretty insane. So, what have I been doing? Thankfully, I do have something that works a little bit and takes the edge off, but I know I've been super grumpy. You can see I have not been able to master the cowlicks in my hair today. I'm just letting it go. Just letting it go. What has been a godsend for me is, and I'm not joking, folks, this is really real here, that planner. Because I already had the meals planned. I had already looked and seen that I had a million things going on. Look, this ring light is driving me insane too. I knew that I had a million things going on yesterday. And so I had a super simple, easy plan for dinner, and I could just go to it. I had everything already because we'd done the menu list before we did the shopping. So I knew I had everything, and I could just go out and grab it and make dinner. And so that was a huge amount of stress off, just in the planning part. Like during the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's for dinner? Oh, right, I got this. So that's one thing off the plate, right? So I knew that that was going to go well, and I was really excited about that. It sounds silly, but it was just nice to have that pressure off. I knew I had it. I knew it was easy to make. I knew I had everything. And it was. It was super easy. And I was still able to cut. It was grilled cheese. My son still got his goat cheese with mozzarella and sauteed jalapenos. My husband had his, I don't know, we each had a different combination of something. So it was super easy. And I had started the Noom thing, and I thought it was going to be difficult. It's not. You can scan barcodes of things. So even though I added, even the goat cheese had a barcode on it, right? So I could scan it and it was in there. So I was surprised to learn, like, my bread really is a healthy choice, the bread we choose. And I found out that I'm eating too many things that are calorie dense. So I'm going to have to plan that better. Great, right? Because I'm balancing that app with my digestive app. Trying to have a happy tummy as well as a happy waistline, and I'm trying to balance that, so that'll take some time to figure out. With the weather shift also, my dog is very grumpy because I'm not walking him as much, and somewhere I have fleece pants that I throw on under my skirt when I walk him in the winter, and I had not thought ahead to go and grab those. So he's a little grumpy. If you hear him barking at squirrels or running around crying, he's over here now looking for pets. He's also adjusting to life with bunnies again. He liked being an only pet, and he's just kind of, where's it? Hello? Sorry, he's right over here. Can you see him? He's a little short. Here he is. He's getting used to not being the only one getting the extra lovins. So he's a little jealous, but he loves those bunnies, but he's just getting used to having foster bunnies, somebody else cute in the house. And of course, late last night, we noticed one of them had an injury, but it's also an old injury that probably happened before they came to us. It looks like maybe last week. So we're just evaluating, like, how is that injury doing? Is it going to affect him? Does he need to go for vet care? Rabbits are very good being prey animals, right? They're prey animals. What? I know you're a carnivore, but they're prey animals. So prey animals like to hide when they're sick as long as possible. So you really have to monitor their behavior and stuff. He's acting fine. It's an ear injury. He's using the ear fine. So we think he's fine. We're going to keep an eye on that, of course. And so what I wanted to tell you, I noticed, apparently my mommy got me a subscription to Catholic Digest. I haven't seen the new format, and I wanted to alert you to some stuff. So in here, there is an article on managing grief during the holidays, which we've talked about a lot. So you might enjoy that article. If you don't subscribe to the Catholic Digest, maybe you can find it at your local library, or if you're one of my good friends, you could ask me to borrow it. There was also an article on the question about do people become angels when they die? And sorry, someone really wants attention. There's probably going to be wrestling breaking out in a second. And this is what I'm talking about. He's very antsy. So we're going to have to work on our schedule a little bit with him as well to make sure he gets enough exercise so he doesn't go insane. I thought this article was handled it very well because we want to know, okay, so now you're seeing our loved ones don't become angels. So, like, that's mean, right? And it's not mean. We're just different. Like, we don't become parakeets either, but parakeets are also awesome. And we're also awesome. So it kind of just says what it is. Like, it talks about the couple of heresies that have come in. Saying that we're just body and not spirit, or that we're just spirit and not body, and the body is just like a costume we put on. So it talks about both of those errors. So it talks about way more than just people and angels. Really, it really goes into the theology of the body a little bit. In the meantime, it says the best theological speculation is that the saints in heaven are separated souls awaiting their glorified body. That's not, we're not saying you didn't go to heaven and it's not awesome. We're just saying you're not angels. But that is I really liked their take on the article. I thought it was a good look at it, so I wanted to point that out for you. They also had a great article on icons. Now, they didn't stretch it out. They just had it on the icon of the nativity. Watch, I'm not going to find it. Let me see. Like I'm always saying, know your parts of your books and your magazines. So where is our index? There we go. Let's see if that isn't page 30. I want to show you the icon just for a second. And I first got onto icons actually at Malvern Retreat House, which is where I'm going this weekend with my husband. I'm super excited. And Malvern has a series of icons. And so this one, it is the icon of the nativity. And it goes through and explains the different parts of the icon to you. And one of the images includes the mountain. Now, was the nativity actually happen in a mountain? We don't know. But the symbol of the mountain is saying how we're trying to reach towards God. And that's something I learned, because they were the ones at Malvern. The one that struck me was like, it was like a picture of the crucifixion, but there's a mountain in it. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Because it's the use of symbolism. So the ones at Malvern are really neat because they're all around this big room, and then there's a notebook. So at night, if you're staying there for a retreat, you can pick up the notebook and it will explain the elements of each picture, each icon to you piece by piece. I really encourage you to try something like that. It's just a great reflection. So then you can understand the elements so you can reflect on them and on a different level, right? On a different level. And if you're one of my Franciscan friends that I have done my big presentation on worshiping Jesus through art, then you understand what I'm meaning about the different levels. Because sometimes an image is just going to evoke something from you, right? Like, oh, Jesus, right? You see a crucified Jesus and it touches you in one way. And then you learn about the different elements of the picture and it touches you in a different way. And they're all great. They're all great to reflect on. So friends, that's probably going to be about it for today. Oh, I did want to mention real quick, if you are in my Facebook page, Our Blooming Catholic Life with Deanna Williston and Friends, you will have known that there's been a lot going on in the prayer requests behind the scenes that you guys aren't seeing. So I invite you to check that out. If you're one of my YouTube subscribers only, please go check out the Facebook group. I can add articles and other live content there that I can't yet on YouTube. I don't have enough subscribers yet to be doing everything that I'd like to do on YouTube. So I have the Facebook group to back me up. So there's some live events over there as well as some articles. And if you were able to catch that live event where we did the Divine Mercy Chaplet the other day, you'll recognize that there are a lot of young adults out there that are struggling, that are coming in as prayer requests. And one of them does affect me this weekend because we've already paid for this marriage retreat. We're very excited about it. Just strengthening those bonds right before a crisis hits us. And on very, very tragic death in our family, a young man still in high school passed away. Just a tragic accident, totally random, tragic accident. And so we're trying to deal with that as a family, as well as, and I don't want you to think I'm asking for sympathy for me. I'm really asking it for my cousin, his mother. And so if you go to the Facebook group, you are going to see that there is a GoFundMe page. She does not have the money to bury him. And that is epically tragic, and it's not that unusual that happens. It's happened with other family members. My one uncle, we didn't have the money to bury him, and you have to do a fundraiser or just take what you can afford, and that's a choice. And she's not super comfortable with this choice, asking for money, but we've managed to raise about half the money so far. So if you're so inclined, consider donating to that. Or if there's a local fund or you can help out with funerals at all, that is a very Franciscan thing to help people out with funerals, especially those who don't have the money or maybe don't even have any friends or relatives left to even attend their funeral and pray for them. So I ask you just to check that out and consider that. Maybe I'll be able to put it in the comments below so that you can find it. And again, so having a rough week, but I am so thankful I've had this planner. I've started praying the Franciscan Crown in the morning. I have my meals planned out. I have a better handle on my chores because of the planner, where they fit into my week. I've just been really good about it. The weight loss app is okay. It only takes a couple minutes a day. I thought it was going to take more. So that's not too obtrusive. And so what I'm trying to do now is balance the pet life, I think, is the one thing that's really left. Someone is super grumpy, needs his walk right now. So I'm going to remind you, friends, to subscribe. Watch some of my other videos if you hadn't, if you're curious about some of these other topics we've been bringing up. And we'll just say, have a blessed day. Bye.